This may end up being one of the best years in gaming we've ever had. And the headset has to come off because you know it's serious. 2023 is absolutely stacked, and we're only a little over halfway through the year, and we've already had a roster of games that could stack up with many other years' entire catalogs. And we still have some absolute bangers coming out. And it's funny because I remember at the beginning of the year, people were saying 2023 was the year of the remake, or the remaster. And then haymaker after haymaker. Let me run down a list of games for you all that are coming out this year real quick. Octopath 2, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, Final Fantasy 16, Street Fighter 6, Diablo 4, Pikmin 4, Baldur's Gate 3, Armored Core 6, Starfield, Lies of P, Mortal Kombat 1, Payday 3, Spider-Man 2, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Super Mario Bros. RPG, Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1, Persona 5 Tactica, and I think Star Ocean the Second Story Art is coming out in 2023, don't quote me on that, I think it is. And that's only a few of the games. There's a lot of others, and I feel with how often and easy it is to get caught up in console wars or Game of the Year discussions, we can kind of miss the forest for the trees. Because oftentimes, a lot of conversation surrounding video games is based in competition. What game is better than the other? Oh, my box is better than your box. Oh, my plastic disc or download is better than yours. In a vain attempt to justify our purchase, or just to have a little bit more fun on the internet, with how dark things can get from time to time. But I feel that every now and then, especially in a year that is as good and as stacked as 2023, it's important to just take a minute, take a step back, breathe, and see the playing field before us. Because this is a year that is stacked, not only in one genre, but a variety. You have your fighting games with Mortal Kombat 1 and Street Fighter 6. You have your ARPG with Diablo 4. You have whatever genre Pikmin is with Pikmin 4. You have a whole new numbered Final Fantasy title that is shaping up to be one of my favorite ever with Final Fantasy 16. But you also have a return to form for turn-based RPGs with Octopath 2. You have a game very reminiscent of Bloodborne that relies on its difficulty curve with an interesting aesthetic with Lies of P. You have your insert Bethesda title here that no one will shut up about called Starfield. We have freaking Metal Gear Solid coming back with the Master Collection, and yeah, I know it's not technically a new game, but I mean, Metal Gear Solid is coming back. I'm gonna be happy about that. It's one of my favorite series of all time. And they're packaging all the earlier titles in there as well. Oh, give me. You have a new Spider-Man game coming out. You have a new Zelda game, which is just this open world sandbox that is so innovative in its design. You have a new Mario game coming out, and you have a return of the Super Mario Bros. RPG. And like, yeah, a lot of the games I'm talking about tend to be RPG-centric. Not all of them, but most of them. And I've talked about before how the term RPG is a bit vague, and kind of be fitted onto a whole bunch of things that really should be separate genres. Like, I don't think anyone's gonna look at Octopath 2 and Lies of P and say they're the same game, or the same genre, right? Like, I don't think anyone's gonna be doing that, but the year has variety, it has amazing games. Like, the games I've been playing so far, I've been having a focus on Final Fantasy 16 and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which I'm sure anyone who's looked at my channel page over the past month or so can identify. And I've been absolutely having a blast with these games. Final Fantasy 16 legit just feels like a Final Fantasy game if a bunch of my favorite people in the business just got into a boardroom and asked each other how they could design a game to appease me specifically. Because that's what Final Fantasy 16 is feeling like. Everything is hitting for me. Like, pretty much everything. The crafting system's kind of bleh. But when you have fights like the Bahamut fight, I'm not gonna care that much. You have games like The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom that just come out and are this absolute dynamic sandbox of a game, where it feels like you can come up with whatever solution you want to solve any of these problems or any of these puzzles. You learn more about the game. There's so much variety in the game as well. So many different progression paths that are simple on the surface, but you always feel like you're working towards something, and you can vary up the time just by going to do side quests, going to go do memories, a story, go get a new horse, side quests, explore the depths, explore the sky, explore Hyrule, explore whatever. Baldur's Gate 3 is shaping up to be an extremely in-depth D&D style RPG, kind of like Divinity Original Sin and the previous Baldur's Gate games. And I've heard only good things about that game. It may not be a game necessarily for me, but it doesn't have to be. Because I'm sure that when that game comes out, it's going to appeal to a certain audience, and they're going to have the time of their lives with that game. Because like I said, not every game that's coming out this year that's a heavy hitter is going to appeal to me, but it doesn't have to. But I can recognize when these high quality games are gonna come out or are coming out, like Street Fighter 6 and Mortal Kombat 1. I'm not a fighting game guy. I'm not. But I can be happy for those audiences who are getting high quality experiences, who are having the times of their lives with these games. Star Wars Jedi Survivor, a game I didn't touch personally, but I loved the first one. Star Ocean has a very cult following, but it has a following of people that are very happy that they're seeing this title brought back into the modern day, with some changes to it. Payday 3. If you've ever played Payday before with buddies, it's a game rooted in cooperative experiences that, when played in a co-op environment, just elevates the entire experience because the game is tailor-made around the idea that you're going to be in co-op, that you're going to be on comms, talking to one another, strategizing, doing wacky stuff. The game's not just more fun with co-op because you're playing with someone else, it's more fun with co-op because the game itself is designed to be experienced in a co-op environment. We have a new Mario Bros. Game with Wonder, 2D Mario game at that we haven't seen since the Wii or the Wii U. Well, the Wii U with Super Mario Bros. Wii U. We haven't seen a 2D Mario game in like 10 years. And we're getting a new one this year, as well as a remake or remaster, whatever they want to call it, for Super Mario Bros. RPG, another very beloved game. Bethesda's coming out with their one game every like 5 or 7 years with Starfield. I'm a bit hesitant when it comes to the gameplay loop and the combat of Starfield, and also the fact that many of the worlds seem to be kind of empty or devoid of life, but I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of people that love that game, and I hope for the best. I want to be wrong about Starfield. Armored Core 6, I grew up on Armored Core. I did. I don't know if I ever touched the story of Armored Core. I couldn't tell you what the hell those games were about. Want to know what I remember? Customizing my mech and playing against my cousin in 1v1 on these massive, unique maps that had verticality to them, that were just fun to learn, and the game was just fun to play. And we're seeing a return to form for Armored Core, coming back into the spotlight with some modifications from Software. But I'm looking forward to Armored Core 6 immensely. Diablo 4, I'm not going to touch the game personally, because I'm not a fan of any RPGs, but from what I hear from people that are, Diablo 4 is a really fun time. And the two games for me this year that are standouts are Final Fantasy XVI and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, because those are two of my favorite series of all time, and both series are getting mainline entries this year with Tears of the Kingdom and Final Fantasy XVI. And I've been playing them and I've been absolutely adoring them. Each game by themselves could be a game of the year for me any other year. That is how much I enjoy those games. And we haven't even gotten to Metal Gear Solid yet. We have a new Persona 5 game coming out with Tactica, so strategy RPG fans do have something. Also, Persona 5 fans have something as well. Hopefully that's a good game. And it doesn't look like 2024 is going to be stopping this momentum either. Persona 3 Reload, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, two games I'm looking forward to immensely that come out in early 2024. We'll probably end up getting the new Nintendo console announcement in 2024 maybe, if it's not later this year. It's a pretty dang good time to be a gamer. It really is. Especially in 2023. I don't remember a year this good since 2017. I don't think it is as good as 2017 for me, because 2017 is two of my top 2 games of all time, with Nier Automata in the 1 slot and Xenoblade 2 in the 2 slot, but this is a pretty dang good year, isn't it? And I know that a lot of conversation in the gaming community for the rest of this year will be competitive. Which game's gonna win Game of the Year? Starfield, Final Fantasy XVI, or Zelda Tears of the Kingdom? I know that conversation's gonna come up. Hell, I'll probably talk about it as well. But I think it's important to just take a step back every now and then, look at the landscape of the gaming industry before us, understand that it still has problems that we need to call out, especially in my opinion when it comes to multiplayer games and microtransactions, but we can identify the games that are coming out and say, you know what? We're getting some bangers. We are getting some absolute bangers. And they have a good deal of variety to them. Especially variety in the RPG category. I don't know, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to all these games. I'm looking forward to, at the end of the year, just looking back on them all and probably walking out of 2023 the way I'm walking through it right now, and that is having this understanding that this is a dang good year to be a gamer. So I'm going to call the video there for the day. Leave a comment down below with what game you are looking forward to the most, or what game surprised you the most that has come out or is set to come out this year. I'd love to hear your thoughts and hear your opinions, and leave a like and subscribe, and hit the bell icon to be notified when I upload and stream in the future. It really helps the channel out, helps support future content, and I greatly appreciate it. Stay safe, have a great day, go play some video games if you can, and as always, I'll see you all next time. Bye bye everybody, until we meet again.